Hey guys, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss Iron Man 2. Came out May 7th, 2010, directed by Jon Favreau. This was a Paramount Pictures release under the Marvel Studios Entertainment banner. The third film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So this is, 6 months after Iron Man ends, technically. You have... Tony Stark still being Iron Man. He's now testifying against the Senate Judicial Committee because the military wants his weapons. But then the military has this Justin Hammer who's, creating his own weaponry. But the villain in this film is Whiplash, who is Ivan Vanko. Mickey Rourke plays Ivan Vanko. Now, Vanko's father used to work with Tony's father on a project, basically, for one of the first Stark Expos. And the Stark Expo takes place in Flushing, Queens, where the World's Fair used to be, kind of a thing. So it's kind of neat that they use the World's Fair as the Stark Expo in this kind of fictitious universe. We have all of our main characters come back. Gwyneth Paltrow is Pepper Potts. Jon Favreau is the director, and he's also Happy Hogan. We are also introduced to Natasha Romanoff, who is Scarlett Johansson, also aka Black Widow. They don't actually clearly reference Black Widow's Black Widow. Nick Fury is back. Samuel L. Jackson is back as Nick Fury. Greg Clark, Agent Coulson, is back as well. And the thing with Phil Coulson is he is on babysitting duty, basically. Oh, and Don Cheadle is Rhodes. Remember we were talking about how Rhodey is now Don Cheadle, starting from the 2010 Iron Man 2 to present day. So... Agent Coulson is assigned to babysit Tony, basically, as he's trying to figure out Howard Stark's secret of finding a new element to get the palladium out of Tony's chest that's clearly killing him. And then he's eventually sent to New Mexico because there's a disturbance, which is alluding to Thor. And in the post-credit scene of this movie, you see Thor's hammer while Agent Coulson gets out of a car, and he's saying, "Sir, we found it," or something like that, representing the hammer, which is Thor is the next movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So it goes Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, Avengers, etc., etc. So it's cool seeing that little back and forth. Now, Whiplash's character is cool because it's, again, using a chess piece. It's using the reactor to power some form of electricity, and he's got whips, Whiplash, so he's using the electric currents. Then you also have Hammer getting Whiplash to make these robots for suits for the military, but not for the military. It's really for him. And then it turns out he's going to make drones. Then turns out he's just going to, wreak havoc on everyone. And then he eventually blows himself up at an expo. Now, there's a 10-year-old little kid, and despite in a Iron Man mask, holding up his hand that a drone is going to kill. And it has been later revealed, about a couple of years ago, actually, that little kid is actually Peter Parker because of the timeline. So if Spider-Man Homecoming came out in 2015, if Captain America Civil War came out in 2015, and that was our introduction as Tom Holland as Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Mathematically, if this movie was in 2010, then that kid was 10 years old at the expo. And I can't remember who was it, like one of the Russo brothers or Kevin Feige or one of them, was saying that that kid at the expo in 2010's Iron Man 2 was Peter Parker. So it's cool seeing that. It's cool seeing all these little... laughable things. Nick Fury still has the 3 scratches on his eye with the eye patch, and we know that he loses his eye from Goose from Captain Marvel. So again, it's nice seeing all of these 21, 22 Endgame films coming together cumulatively within the last 11 years. And all of these 22 movies are just one large, beautiful, gorgeous thing, which Disney was so smart to purchase Marvel. So smart. And we'll talk into that. So this movie was fun. You had Pepper Potts being now the CEO of the company. You had Tony almost dying, but Tony dies in almost every movie. But this movie really explored more of the Pepper Potts-Tony Stark relationship, which was cool. They had their kiss on top of a rooftop. You had Rhodey in the War Machine suit. What other fun little tidbits were there? Coulson holds up Captain America's shield at some point, and then they're joking and like, "Oh my God, yeah, I need this. It's perfect." As Tony's trying to make the new element, he just lifts up the coupling and puts the shield under it to level everything out. It's fun. It's witty. It's a quick, fast-paced movie. There's a, you know, wonderful car scene and race in Monaco where Whiplash is first introduced as the actual, with the actual whips. His bird was funny too. Everyone did a great job on this film. You know, John did a great job as the second Iron Man film. He did not direct the third Iron Man, which we'll talk about at some point. But it's cool seeing him still be the Happy Hogan character as all these years progress. It's still nice seeing him being involved in the Marvel Cinematic Universe after all these years progressed. And it's nice seeing these particular actors and actresses evolve. So what's cool about Iron Man 2 is that, yes, we are introduced to Black Widow's character, and then the next movie after that is Thor, and we are introduced to Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye character, aside from Chris Hemsworth as Thor. It's cool. It's really nicely put together and well thought out, and I have no complaints with this movie. What do you guys think of Iron Man 2? It was very cohesive, introducing certain characters and bringing out more backstories. Howard Stark being a Walt Disney kind of engineer. Really smart. Really, really smart. I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. Mucho mahalo, guys.